What's up, guys? Welcome to the second week of my road to 100 million gold. So, as you can see on the screen, I've been working a little bit on my spreadsheet and making it, prettying up a little bit. I didn't put the finishing touches in terms of making it look good, but we have a bit more functionality, and I'll be able to dive a little bit. Slightly better into the data here. So as we can see, currently I'm sitting at 17.3 million gold, which is it's fine, nothing fantastic, as it's still less than what I started with, but not bad. Of course, as we'll also be able to see here, I've lost about 200k since last week. But it's mostly because I decided to buy some more BOEs on these two realms, and of course that Draenor, my gold on Draenor is still like, it doesn't matter on a week in, week out basis because I have so much base legendaries. I just keep reinvesting and getting huge sales around the reset. So how this is going to play out, like in a day, in 2 days, in 3 days, it depends on how much gold I spend. But I am now focusing on restocking and not so much focusing on leveling my recipes. I'm just restocking, which is fine. And which hopefully throughout this week that's coming up, I should be moving from like being just spending all my gold and not seeing an increase at all in my liquid gold, and hopefully end this week with 1.5-2 millions with while still keeping the same amount of base legendaries on the auction house is what I'm hoping. Of course, I might change my mind and just end up leveling the last couple of recipes because they're actually looking quite profitable now that I've found the legendary stock tracker add-on, and I can use that to essentially, what's it called, to restock my legendaries. So yeah, if we're looking at my sales, I had the 7.2 million in sales this week, which is a whole 2.6 million less than last week, and it's as we can see, pretty much all on Draenor. That the significant differences. I'm not sure if I did anything particularly different. I think maybe I've been stocking too much leatherworking and not enough the others. It's also a fact that, of course, when I'm just doing base legendaries, that market is going to start trending downwards as more and more people get their best legendaries, and they're now getting their second best legendary that they don't care as much about. And will be trending downwards, but we'll see. So I have this one. This is a little bit interesting. This is just to see my sales this week. How were they compared to my average sales per repost for that realm? As you can see, all of my off realms are doing really badly, which is not surprising because my average includes is data all the way back to 2019. Which includes tons of BOE sales in BFA, including during the heyday of corrupted gear and stuff like that. So these are like my average sales per day or per repost, and this is the deviation. I didn't actually show you like my average sales per repost for this period, but as you can see, it's going to be about 1 million for Draenor, so still above average. What I've done on average every time I reposted on Draenor, or every day I've reposted. So on that note, this is still working pretty well. Yeah, on average, I've been getting sales like 1.1 million per repost cycle, essentially across all my realms. And as you can see, this is skewed very heavily towards Draenor, where I'm actually doing active gold making. The biggest bright spot lately of the other realms has been Stormscale, as you can see here. I have a large amount of Island Expedition gear here. I have some mounts, and the Island Expedition gear in particular is just looking like a fantastic market. Really happy about that, and gonna keep trucking for that. So yeah, we can take a look at the total gold graph. Was essentially flat the last couple of days. This week, I've just been staying at the same amount of gold. I've been getting a lot of sales still, so it's just that I'm restocking. I'm just I make some gold, I spend it back on BOEs, essentially. And as you'll see here, well, Crafters Mark II is still doing good. I'm getting good sales there. If we look at my my in-game data, it's going to be very similar. Let's swap this to 1 week. 6.7 million, 6.9 spent. Of course, heavy calcite still being like the main thing I spent gold on. The price is trending downwards pretty heavily on the calcites. We'll see what happens with the reset. Because we'll see, like, of course, the majority of my sales are gonna be what's the period here? Wednesday to Friday. It's gonna be 3 million. But yeah, it's been a week. It's been a pretty good week, and of course, if we go look at the revenue, this is gonna look very similar to last week. Obviously, we're just gonna be looking at. Well, I did have a BOE that made it into the group here, which is nice. Ballista of Buried Kings. That's about a 32,000 gold profit there, and someone reset them to an even higher price. So I have dipped. I've started buying some BOEs, and that's also some of these numbers on the dashboard here. Some of these is me starting to buy BOEs. Of course, BOEs in this expansion are not going to be as profitable as they were, as they have been, because there aren't that many different variants, which means that it's much easier for people to price their BOEs correctly. They're just going to TSM, or even the base UI, is just going to tell them to undercut the second cheapest auction, and they're going to do that, and they're not going to significantly underprice it. So I don't expect to make as much money doing that, so I'll be doing more battle pets. I did buy some more battle pets today, including a TCG pet, the Eye of the Legion, for 100k, which is a really good price. Already have that up for 300k on one of my other realms, so let's hope that pays off. Outside of that, nothing too interesting. I sold a couple of Sky Golems this week, but as you can see, this is Bone Shatter, Umbra Hide. This is me selling off the stuff I made to level up my rank 2, 3, and 4s for leatherworking. That's the main thing I've sold this week. But I did do a proper restocking session, so hopefully we should be seeing more stuff in the Shadowgast realm. I might go up to 4 of each, depending on how many sales I get to tomorrow and Tuesday. I might go up to 4 of each, rank 4 going into the weekly reset, but we'll see. I'll definitely be absolutely sure I have 3 of each rank 4 going into the reset on Wednesday. Alongside that, of course, I'm still making tons of money with all of this shadow steel and rings and stuff. They are fantastic. So you can see just from the shadow steel Crafters Mark II gear, I've made 600k in sales this week, which is pretty good for something that's this easy to mass produce. So that's just a very nice addition. If you have this is a fantastic market for anyone looking to get into more gold making that has done the Venari farm. So hopefully you've been working on your Venari rep, and you'll have a main maybe who already has cordial and can buy the Crafters Mark II. If so, just get blacksmithing, jewel crafting, and go to town. The Crafters Mark II with jewel crafting is incredibly cheap to craft. I have a post on this that will be in the video description. So do look into that, and you can make some very nice gold. Like, I'm selling a bunch of these for 4,000 each. My crafting cost is about 1,100. That's 3,000, 2.5, 3,000 gold profit per, and they are selling fast. So this is one of my favorite markets. I'll be crafting more of these as well as we go into the reset. Just getting enough Shadowgast ingots is annoying, and as you can see, I just posted before I started recording the video, and we have more sales coming in yet again. Just one of the best volume markets. So yeah, as far as road to 100 million, this is going incredibly slowly since I'm regressing from last week. I have less gold, 200k less. But you have to go beyond the numbers, and I mean, I am sitting on gold cap worth of auctions. I have increased my material stockpile significantly. If we look at my inventory, you can see I'm sitting on 1 million worth of lithium bars. I'm sitting on 500k worth of enchanted lightless silk. I'm sitting on 300k worth of Shadowgast ingots, another 150k in lightless silk. I have a large stockpile of materials as well ready to go. So already I have some feasts. I need to sell these. Actually, what? How did I end up with 45? Whatever. That's I'm gonna go into feast as well. I finally have the recipe, and I finally did some crafting, so I can put these up on the auction house, and see where that can bring me. And yeah, we're just gonna keep doing base legendaries. That is looking like by far the best option for going hard, and I'll just continue posting and posting and posting and crafting and crafting and crafting and dumping more and more gold into the vendors and the auction house. So yeah, that's about it for this week. If you enjoy this, then make sure you subscribe and like the videos. It'll help me out with seeing whether people want to see this or not. And I'll be back next week. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.